Hey, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Hobby Evolution episode number 6. And today we're going to talk about saving some money on shipping, postage in general, and utilizing the flat rate boxes from the United States Postal Service. Um, won't talk about mail today because no mail arrived on Tuesday for the Cubs project. So zero cards added on Tuesday. So the total count stands at don't have the exact number in front of me, but it's 469,600 and some change. So closing in on 470,000 Cubs baseball cards. So what did arrive in the mail? Had a box dropped off, and I was not expecting these for probably another week. As sometimes when you order on USPS, it takes a couple weeks to get some of their packages. So I received a couple of items. This is a flat rate bubble mailer. If you use PayPal shipping, these are the cost of this package. Whatever you put inside is $7.75. So, for example, if you're shipping a 400 count box, you don't have one handy, but you're shipping a 400 count box. Depending on where it's going, sometimes that can run you in upwards of $10 for postage. But you can slip it inside this. It's also added protection, and it can save you a couple bucks. Typically, it does save anything above like a 300 count box. Will save you, and you can also get two 330 count boxes in there, and I think maybe a couple 400 count boxes. Those are a little tighter fit if they do go in, but definitely two 330 count boxes. So you can fit 5, 6, maybe even 700 cards in boxes inside one of these flat rate bubble mailers. So I'd actually run out. Usually I put my orders in ahead of time to beat that. So I actually had to spend a few cents more on a couple trade packages last week once I ran out. So I ordered 50 of those. And just go to USPS.com. You do have to have a username password. So just sign up on USPS.com, and those are free of charge. Obviously, you have to pay the postage on it once you mail it out, but they do ship it to you for free and right to your doorstep. So just go to USPS.com, and it's like the postal store, and they have flat rate envelopes. Flat rate boxes, several items that you can pick up. So that was one item. The other item is, and I haven't opened it up. I don't use these as often, but these are large flat rate video game boxes. So you can see these are much longer than the typical large flat rate box, and they typically don't have these gaming boxes at your post office. So you do have to order those online. You can fit around 5,000 cards in one of those gaming boxes. They're also great for shipping sets because you can fit the 900 count boxes in those large gaming boxes. So if you're shipping a few sets, those gaming boxes are perfect for, especially junk wax era sets. And those are large flat rate boxes, so they are the same amount in postage as a typical large flat rate box. And I think the online PayPal rates for a large flat rate are $17, $18. I think it's going to run you about 21 or 22 if you actually drop it off at the post office. So those are definitely ways to save money on shipping, is utilizing flat rate packaging from the USPS. And what I do as well, especially in these flat rate envelopes, because sometimes there's not any savings. I've shipped within my own state, a 400 count box, and it may run $5 or $6 in postage, as opposed to slipping it into a bubble flat rate mailer for $7.75. So I always do run the numbers in the PayPal PayPal.com/ship now is where you can do that. And what a lot of people don't know is, and what I didn't know until about a year ago, you could actually use that tool. As long as you have a PayPal account, it doesn't have to be a PayPal transaction. So if you're doing a trade, if I'm sending to Carl, I can just whip up, a flat rate envelope, slip a box in, go to paypal.com/ship now, put in all of Carl's information, and takes you to the shipping screen, and that you can select the packaging, whether it's your own bubble mailer or box, or if you use a flat rate, and it'll run the numbers for you, and you can see if there's any savings, and you can do that before you even click to buy. So I always run the numbers first and see if there's a savings. So paypal.com/ship now, you will save over going to the actual post office. So it can go right out of your PayPal account, or if your PayPal is linked up to your bank, it can come right out of your bank account through PayPal. So that's a big way. If you're doing several trades, if it's a one-off and it's a hassle for you, I can understand. But if you are doing multiple trades or multiple sales, it's a huge savings. It's the savings is what you see on eBay when you use eBay shipping. Same discounts apply through PayPal. So those are my shipping tips for today. Flat rate envelopes and flat rate boxes, big keys to saving, and also paypal.com/ship now. I can't recommend that enough, because the savings is just huge. And I'm sending out several trade packages a week, and the savings has just been tremendous in postage. So those are my shipping tips for today. One more thing on the 1 Million Cubs project, on the website 1millioncubs.com, I have finally finished the all-time database. So what you can find is every player who has played for the Cubs, and over time I will be building basically an online museum of the 1 Million Cubs project. So all those former Cubs players, I'll be showing off my cards and memorabilia of each player. I won't be diving deep and showing off all 300 Paul Ossenmacher cards. But I will be, if it's a Cub that has limited cards, I'll take pictures of all those, any memorabilia, signed baseballs, signed index cards for some of the players from up to 100 years ago or more. So some of those items will be up. Relics like Marlon Byrd, he'll be on the page. So that's something that's in the works. The back end is finished, so each page is up, and every once in a while I'll put in some items and show off. I've done some test pages with Terry Adams, because he's on Twitter and we interact quite a bit. So I did a Terry Adams page. I think I did some Adbert Alzolay cards and just some random players, just to kind of test and see what I wanted and how I wanted the layout to be. So that's still a work in progress, and that's going to be a work in progress for quite some time to get some stuff logged in. But that is now online, and every page is now published. So I that was kind of a work in progress over the past few weeks. So that's something that's a work in progress on 1millioncubs.com. So that's going to wrap things up for episode number 6 of the Hobby Evolution. Coming up on tomorrow's episode, we'll go over any mail that arrives today and anything else that pops up into the hobby. So, hey, thanks for watching and have a great Wednesday.